As part of my second visit to the Philippines to visit Misty, I managed to squeeze us in a few days in Cebu. The flights were cheap and the hotel was reasonable, but I would say that the only view we had from the hotel window was that of a concrete pillar, so you'll excuse us for not sharing pictures of that. But otherwise it was cheap, and links to the hotel and the places that we visited can be found in the description below. I hope you enjoy. Here we are at Tacloban airport, just checking in for our flight. Everything went smoothly, and surprisingly for the Philippines, the flight left bang on time. Even though it was only a 45-minute flight, it was still quite late by the time we got to the hotel, so in the end we just ordered ourselves some food and got an early night. After a hearty breakfast, we decided to spend our first day at Ayala Mall. Fortunately, this was only about 10 minutes walk from the hotel. Ayala is a big, bustling, modern mall where you can pretty much get anything you like, and there are just dozens of places to eat, loads of places to get a coffee, really nice environment, great to have a stroll around in. They even have a medical centre in the basement, which I've got to be honest, you don't really find in Western malls. Having seen so many other YouTube videos that have been filmed around the mall, it was really nice just to see it for myself. After a good stroll around and a nice lunch, we decided to settle down, relax a little bit and do some people watching. And in fact, we got a little bit more than we bargained for. I have no idea who these guys are. If anybody knows, perhaps you'll let us know in the comments below. We then went back to the hotel, ordered ourselves some nice dinner and settled down for the evening. On day 2 we grabbed a taxi and headed on down to what looked like the main tourist area of the city. Here we found Magellan's Cross, a relic from the 16th century, and what amazed me here was that there were even more hawkers and sellers than there were tourists. This was a scorching hot day, so after paying our respects we wandered over to a local park to try and find somewhere to cool down. Spotting a Jollibee, we hopped over the road and sat down for a yummy lunch. We then took a stroll back through the park to visit Fort San Pedro, which has guarded the city since 1565. The fort itself is really well maintained and attracts lots and lots of tourists. Probably saw as many foreigners here as I've seen anywhere else in the Philippines. This fort is the oldest and smallest fort in the Philippines. It has a really interesting triangular design. fort is also very well set up to host big events, so weddings, big birthdays and things like that can easily be accommodated here. On our last full day, we took a long walk out to try and find some local landmarks. Firstly, we saw this unique church before eventually reaching Fuente Osmena Circle. Here there's a monument surrounded by a park, and this is actually a roundabout, outside of which are a ring of malls, some of which we checked out. This structure is actually their Christmas tree. Looks like a great place to visit at that time of year. And as with everywhere we go in the Philippines, there are young people dancing in every corner. Sadly, our time in Cebu had to come to an end, but it was a great few days. After a final breakfast, it was time for us to literally grab a ride to the airport. Well, here we are at Cebu Airport. Nice 3 days in Cebu. Nice 3 days. Nice little adventure, lots of walking. Now on our way back to Tacloban, looking forward to getting into the Airbnb. Looks very nice. Just got a couple of hours to wait now for the flight. Nice little airport, Cebu, with the domestic terminal. Quite busy today for a Sunday, so let's hope all goes smoothly, and we'll pick this up again when we get back to Tacloban.